Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Grisdale and I'm going to present my honours research to you, Finding a Fit, Considering Context and the Individual for Effective Emotion Regulation Implementation. This research is being supervised by Dr. Shaheen Rahimi Golkandon. There are many reasons why we need to regulate our emotions and many strategies we can use to achieve this. I'm going to focus on three. Distraction, where we disengage entirely from a situation. Reappraisal, where we try to see the situation in a new light. And situation modification, where we alter the situation. These strategies often get catalogued as either useless or helpful in regulating emotions. Reappraisal, for example, is often praised for being the golden emotion regulation strategy. The problem with this is that there are some contexts where using reappraisal is potentially damaging. Consider a situation in which your grades begin to slip and you think, well, I'm trying my hardest, so it's okay. In this case, a problem-solving strategy would probably be more helpful, for instance, accessing student learning support. So it can't simply be that using one strategy uniformly is better than others. There are contextual factors that need to be considered. Much of the research that does consider this focuses on looking at which emotion regulation strategies people tend to choose in certain situations, but few address the effectiveness of their use. We set out to look at two contextual factors and how they influence the effectiveness of emotion regulation strategies. One, how much control has over the situation, and two, the intensity of the situation. 169 participants completed a task where they rated their level of distress for 24 negative scenarios. Each of these scenarios varied in their level of intensity and controllability. They were then instructed to use an emotion regulation strategy in an implementation phase. Here, the images and scenarios changed in accordance with the emotion regulation strategy. For instance, this is an example of reappraisal where the text changes to encourage the participant to see the situation in a more positive light. The effectiveness of the strategy was measured by the drop in distress score from the preview phase to the implementation phase. We found that indeed these emotion regulation strategies were influenced by both the level of controllability and intensity. When the intensity of the situation was high, distraction and situation modification were better at decreasing stress than reappraisal. When the intensity of the situation was low, the reverse was true. When there was little control over the situation, reappraisal and distraction were more effective in regulating emotion than situation modification. When the situation could be controlled, situation modification increased in its effectiveness. These findings suggest that we need to move beyond using a blanket strategy to manage our emotions in all situations. Instead, we can optimize particular strategies based on contextual factors to have a better chance of effectively regulating our emotions. Thanks so much.